And you know what? If they can drive you to suicide, that's even better.
This is what Harley tried to do. And he also sent me messages trying to turn me against Hannah. And this is nothing new. He's done this many times before.
He would do anything to like prove his point. So Duran Rider was sending Jason some threats on Instagram on if we see you in Thailand, you better watch out. Like, I'm not preaching violence, of course you don't, but my followers are very loyal, and if they see you, like, watch your back, something like that.
They might make thinly veiled threats. So it might be something like, you know, I really hope you get home okay tonight.
There's a whole document actually on the internet if you Google the truth about Duran Rider or something like that, but you can see a lot of repeating patterns in what's been said there and things that I have experienced myself and saw from other people.
Psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, never going to be normal. Never. Never, 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 never. They do not change. They do not get better. They get worse with age. The narcissist does not view targets, no matter who they are, as people. You've got to get this through your head, guys. They view the targets of abuse, whether that is a child, a pet, a spouse, a friend, whatever. Because remember, there is no there, as an object. That is it. That is it. We are not people to them. We are not real feeling human beings. They cannot relate to us or to animals as sentient beings because they don't have that emotion cog there. There is no there. I cannot say that enough. And that is what makes them dangerous. And so when you are dealing with a sexual predator, they never want you to forget them. It's an ego thing. It's absolutely an ego thing. And it will color your sexual encounters from there on out until you get that handled and dealt with and worked through and put the anger and the shame back onto the abuser. So that's why they do that, is because they want you to never forget them. That's one of the best ways to keep them up here forever. It's evil.
To understand malignant narcissists, you have to understand what is a sociopath, or what is someone with an antisocial personality disorder. Simply, this is a person that has no empathy, who can commit crimes, both white-collar crimes, violence, sexual crimes.
And a little bit of choking, she likes that.
Any type of crime without having remorse or empathy.
They do this as a means to control you from the grave. They do this as a means to continue to have them in your head forever and ever. Amen. And especially with sexuality. Sexuality is hugely important. It is a huge part of our lives. We are human beings. This is part of who we are. This is how we feel. This is how we express love. This is how we express desire. This is how we express ourselves. It's an expression of who we are. And so what better way to never make us ever forget them than to force us into having sex with them. It's messed up, and it happens more often than you would even suspect. And that's what narcissists do, is that they demand absolute obeying to their every whim, their every demand, their every this, their every that.
I'd like to give you an updated test for narcissism. Simply tell the person no. Most of the time they actually expect obedience. They actually expect you to do as you're told.
What they will do is they will use the authoritarian, the authoritative thing, and try to make it so that their word is law. You have to obey them.
Narcissism, it is so varied in its presentation. You can be the devious, hurtful, malignant narcissist that I've talked about in my videos, where you rise to power and you trap people by your power and hurt, murder, rape, pillage because of your narcissistic need to be in power. You can be the covert narcissist who on the outside acts altruistic, kind, loving, and giving, but behind the scenes there are deeper motives to conquer, to take, to steal, and to make everything to deceive others in order to get what you need.
And you'll often hear them talking obsessively about the subject of sympathy, empathy, and compassion when somebody is stuck on that subject, just over and over and over again, constantly complaining that the world is not empathic, compassionate, or sympathetic enough. They'll talk a lot of empathy, but you'll notice they're the least empathic people you can be around. They themselves are cold, dismissive, reaction-seeking, abrasive. You know, if somebody is in pain and they're near them, they're like, I'm not interested in hearing this weakness. 2 seconds later, they're like, why does nobody feel sorry for me? Why am I not receiving any fucking empathy? Which is why they drive a lot of people completely bonkers.